Good day, everyone. In this video, we are going to introduce the herbs for clearing heat and drying dampness. This group of herbs mainly indicated for the damp heat syndrome and has the function of clearing heat and drying dampness. The property bitter and cold. Bitter can eliminate dampness. Cold can eliminate heat. So we can use for damp heat syndrome. What kind of syndrome, what kind of symptoms damp heat syndrome can present? The patient may present with heat symptoms and dampness symptoms. With a damp syndrome, the patient will present with fatigue, heaviness in the limbs, loose stool, nausea. With the heat syndrome, feverish fever but sticky skin. So this is actually the combination of heat and dampness, not only heat. The fever with sticky skin, thirst but no desire to drink, red tongue, greasy and yellow coating. So damp heat when they happen together, a patient may present as these symptoms. So although we put here, this is not only from the heat. When they put together, go to this fever but sticky skin, thirst but no desire to drink. The reason for these symptoms, as you can see, these symptoms are kinds of conflicts. The patient feels thirsty, but they don't want to drink. That's because the heat, dampness, these two pathogens, heat is yang, dampness is yin. That's why in one person, if they suffer from damp heat, they may present something opposite. Damp heat in the upper jaw can obstruct the qi circulation, especially it can obstruct the yang qi. So the patient may present with oppressed chest or the chest tightness. In this situation, we can add 淡豆豉. In the middle jaw, the patient may present with distending abdomen or poor appetite. Then we can add the fresh ginger juice. Lower jaw, liver and gallbladder, mostly refers to the qi circulation, the liver qi circulation, and the bile. In the lower jaw, you also can affect the large intestine. It can cause the blockage, which may result in constipation, or especially the damp heat in the lower jaw. Not only constipation, but the blockage, not only the stool, it can be qi blockage. Damp heat, when it presents in the large intestine, the patient may present with the heavy sensation in the anus or the incomplete sensation around the anus. The damp heat also can present in other parts of the lower jaw, such as the bladder, difficult urination, painful urination. It can present in the thigh meridian, and then the patient will present, especially for female, urethra. The joints in the lower limbs, painful joints. Skin disorder in the lower part of the body. So that's also the damp heat. Why it's moving downwards? That's because dampness is an yin pathogen. The yin pathogen has the tendency to move downwards. That's why most of the manifestations are presented in the lower part of the body. I'm going to start with Huang Qing, Huang Lian, Huang Bai. These three herbs, they share the same surname, and also from the color. Huang is yellow, so it's also referred to the color All three of them appears as the yellow color. You will see the image in the next slides. We have mentioned these three herbs in the previous videos. Now we just go to the details. Huangqing, bitter and cold. Bitter can dry dampness. Cold can eliminate the heat, especially for the upper and middle jaw. It eliminates the heat and fire, eliminates the fire and toxicity. So these two are similar. It only refers that these herbs can relieve the heat or the fire and dampness. So the heat in qi level, in the qi level in warm diseases, in Shaoyang diseases, coughing due to lung heat, fetal miscarriage due to heat. So this is the second time we mentioned about the fetal miscarriage. The first time we mentioned in the Zhishu due to qi stagnation. We can use Zhishu. Now, if the fetal miscarriage due to the heat, then we can use the Huangqing. So these two are very different. Due to heat, the patient may present with red tongue or irritation. In the blood level, the patient may present with bleeding in the skin, sores in the skin, throats, swollen throats. So the sore throat. As you can see here, we mostly focus on dampness and heat, especially in the upper and middle jaw. So the patient may present with the symptoms in the upper part of the body. Huanglian, as you can see, the color also yellow. Huanglian is one of the most bitter herbs in the Chinese herbal medicine. Bitter, cold, eliminates the heat and dry dampness, especially for the middle and lower jaw. Many use to eliminate damp heat in the middle jaw. So as you can see, the location where they goes to, locations are slightly different. Upper jaw, middle jaw, and lower jaw. So for instance, a patient suffers from the lung heat, dry cough, even coughing with blood. Then we won't use Huanglian. We can use Huangqing because Huangqing can go to the upper jaw, but Huanglian only go to the middle or the lower. So it can be used for the liver. It also can be used for heart heat, skin, and sometimes it may confuse that the heart heat also in the heart, also in the upper jaw. That's because this refers to the zangfu. That's the specific function for Huanglian. For example, a patient suffers from difficult urination, painful urination, then we can use Huanglian because that can clear the heat in the heart for urination. That's from the theory. Skin, the sores on the skin, we also can use Huanglian. Huanglian is a chief herb for dysentery. It's used for relieving excess heat. When we use for dysentery, you can use Huanglian only. You also can modify with the other herbs. So this herbs is very effective for dysentery. Huangbai, bitter and cold. You also can use for, so these are similar, bitter and cold for the heat and dampness. Dampness in thigh meridian, for leukorrhea, for ladies' problem. Dampness in the bladder, urination, dampness in the large intestine, diarrhea, dysentery. Dampness in the liver, jaundice. Dampness in the joints in the lower limbs, joint pain, itching skin, or arthritis. Also, as you can see, the color is yellow. So these three are very common herbs are very common herbs that we use in clinical practice. And what's important here, you need to know where they goes to. Middle and lower jaw. But as you can see, the explanation, we more focus on the lower jaw. So as you can see from 黄芩、黄连、黄柏, they more focus on upper, middle, and lower jaw. So a patient suffer from urination problem, diarrhea, and diarrhea jaundice, then you can use 黄柏. A patient suffer from stomach heat, then you can use 黄连. A patient suffer from lung heat, then you can use 黄芩. Eliminates heat and purge fire in the lower jaw. For kidney fire, this is the only one we have mentioned for the deficiency fire. In this situation, we can add 知母. Qingpi, bitter and cold for heat and dampness. Damp heat syndrome. So damp heat syndrome is same as the previous ones. It eliminates the fire and toxicity. Heat in the liver and gallbladder, so you can use for eyes and sore eyes, red eyes and sore eyes. So these are the common manifestations that this herb can use. But also because of the function of relieving heat and dampness is weak, so we don't use as the chief herbs in a formula. We can use as the assistant